Afternoon, everyone. Toot-roo. Bit of a late start today. Not super late. Later than I wanted to be, though. Hello. Hi. I hope you all have had a great day so far. I've had a pretty good day so far. I'm having some fun. I'm excited to get into Sumeru. I'm working on my dailies. As usual. We don't get to do this together very often anymore. Where we get to wait for the countdown timer and then do dailies together. I miss it sometimes. Kind of nostalgic, you know? It was always fun. You haven't had to work yet? Yay! That's always a good thing. I hope everyone's been up to fun stuff since yesterday. I am ready for Sumeru. I want to get these dailies done. One of the dailies we got was a transport balloon, so, you know, being extra impatient with that today because I just want to go do Sumeru things. Doggo! I want to pet the dogs. Maybe someday. Oh yeah, I noticed while I was running to one of the dailies, the one that we just did actually, there was one of those Dendro Hilichurl mages. I forget what they're called. Samachurls? I think? Anyway. They can put Dendro on me now! I saw it! I saw the Dendro effect on me! It was neat. I should have run into some water or something. I am doing good, Asami. I hope you're doing good. I'm always excited for new Genshin stuff. So, I'm having a great day. I've been waiting for this all day. You're working on a sketch for a commission you're getting. Ooh. Is it a surprise? Can we know what it is? I haven't done this commission in forever.
Solidify. Moments of birth.
Minor headache. Aw.
Emerge.
Well, as long as you're doing okay other than the headache. You can't even make it to the enemy before it's dead. Yeah, too powerful. Back to the inn. All of my dailies today were, like, right next to each other. It's unheard of.
Useless.
We've had it for 2 days. Are you sure it isn't a migraine? Hello, Sarg! Drew, you're Sarg now, by the way. I don't know if you actually say Sarge, but you know what? I decided that in my head I always read it as Sarg, so that's just how I'm gonna say it from now on. So my brain no longer fights with my ears. Plus, I like it better that way, so. Okay, good. You're accepting of that. Glad we're in agreement. You're not sure? Do you have, like, any other migraine-type symptoms going on? Do you have, like, any tinnitus or fatigue, brain fog? You know, any of the classic symptoms? Because if you've had this for days, it sounds like it might be a migraine. Either that or potentially something more serious, which, you know, hopefully not. Because headaches don't usually last multiple days. That's a bit unusual.
Boring.
Just the headache? Tinnitus can actually be an aura symptom for migraines, Sam. If you didn't know.
Thank you for
But yes, you're right. Tinnitus usually is, you know, damage and not just migraine aura. But it is also migraine aura. Let me see. So, I don't actually know how we're supposed to get there. Let's start here. This seems like a good starting place. Yep, I actually, I have tinnitus. I not only have actual, like, permanent damage tinnitus, but I also have, very specifically, when I get migraines, one of my migraine aura symptoms is tinnitus. So I have both. It's not fun. What brand of tinnitus do you have? Do you just have, like, the ear-ringing tinnitus, or are you like me? Mine is, when my tinnitus is triggered, like, I have the ear ringing. But more importantly, I have something else that I don't really know how to describe better than it's like my ears are grinding and it hurts. I don't know how else to describe it.
Boring.
I wasn't trying to hit the hilly troll, I actually wanted to hit this. Whatever. Cookie? I like cookies. I like cookies. Are you offering cookies? Because I like cookies. Oh, you've got the constant one. So you've got, like, I'm guessing the ear ringing then. The, like, just constant ringing in the background. Yeah, I've got that one. I'm like you, though. I don't really notice it. I'm so used to it that is just, to me, the sound of silence. That is what silence sounds like to me. What is this? We're learning new things already. What is this? Cluster leaves of cultivation and 4-leaf sigils. You'll sometimes come across cluster leaves of cultivation in Sumeru, which will scatter 4-leaf sigils around when they come into contact with Dendro. Use these objects to make your adventures in Sumeru easier. Okay.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
But we don't have... Summon Dendrograna. What? Oh, they're so cute! Wait, is this how I do the thing? Do I... No? I don't know. Okay, Asami, have a good lurk. Enjoy. We're gonna be doing story today. I'm gonna check out these things that we find on the way, though, because, you know, they're in my path. These strange spirits that accompany the appearance of auspicious branches in Dendrograna that symbolize the protection of Dendro. Okay. Oh, R2, there we go. When charged attacks and aimed shots hit, Dendrograna will appear, or will attack alongside them. There are also some objects that will appear throughout your adventure that can only be activated or destroyed using the power of Dendrograna. Okay. So... Oh, look, it's the new boars! Oh, they're so cute. We're gonna go look at that in a minute. Hold on, wait. Wait. Let's not get distracted. We need a bow. Wait. Yeah, this party. Okay.
We're way behind schedule.
I know, Ganyu, I know. Wait, I wanna... We have to use a, aim shot. Oh. Oh, that was pretty! This crest, which looks like a 4-petaled flower, will sometimes appear in Sumeru. When those who can manipulate the elements are facing one such crest, they can use it to travel swiftly. Ooh. Sometimes you'll find cluster leaves of cultivation that can scatter these 4-leaf sigils around. Use their ability to make your adventures easier. Alright, okay, what do we do with it? What do we do with it? They can make our travels faster? Well, oh! Rose? I love roses. Look, it's Hey! Sarg, it's perfect for... It's perfect. It's perfect for Sarg. Okay, so we follow these? So we follow them. I think we follow them. We are getting off track. I wanted to go see the boar. But puzzles! Oh, hey! It led us to the teleporter. That's neat. Cool. Okay, but I want to go see the boar.
Next on the agenda.
Yes, Ganyu gets it. Next on the agenda, go see boar. We're gonna go back. Wait, they're still up? Did we not complete the puzzle?
We're way behind schedule.
Okay, we're gonna go look at the boar.
Next on the agenda.
We'll follow it again. I want to see the boar. No, stop! I don't care, Paimon! Look at it! Look at how cute it is! It is so cute! Listen, it makes cute noises too. I love it! I want to pet. Oh, friend. I love it so much. Friend. Can we catch it? Wait. Wait, I need to catch it. Wait, I need to catch it. Wait, I need, please. Please. No! I need! This is so cute. I want it in my teapot. Oh. Look at him. Oh, okay, we gotta go back to the puzzle. I want. But also, what happens if we kill it? Oh, jeez. Oh, no, it's angry. Oh, we made it angry. It's angry. I love it more. Oh, jeez. Wait. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, but what happens if I kill it?
It's nothing.
It drops 3 meat. It drops 3. What are these? Hara fruit. We're finding new stuff. What's this? Star shroom. Rip Big Pupper. Yeah, I know. It's so sad though, but we can't catch it.
It's nothing.
New music.
Solidify. Burst forth.
All right, we defended the thing. Now what? I think we broke it. I think we broke it. Okay, what does it want me to look at? I don't know. We climb it? We climb it. We climb it. No. I don't know. L1 plus square. Wait, were we Oh! Oh! R1? No. Wait. Oh! Oh! Cool. Okay. All right. Okay. We're learning. We're learning. Where the heck am I supposed to go? I probably should have selected this a minute ago. Okay, alright. We know where we're going. We know where we're going. I'm so excited. found one of the new domains already. Free primo gems. Oh, wait, no, this is the new boar. What was the... Wait, I want to look at you. Wait, come back. Wait, stop. I'm trying to look at... God darn it. I was trying to look at that. We didn't get to find out what it drops. I think we have a character we can, like, sneak up on things with, don't we? I don't remember who it is, though.
Gather.
I was kind of hoping maybe there would be a different Whopper flower if I spawned those.
Don't waste
No.
my time.
Someone surrounded by hilly curls? Oh. Is that our quest? Ooh. Trees. Big trees. I have a desire to land on that tree. I want to. Hey, look, it's one of those boars. Hey, look, it's people. Those are people, aren't they? I want to land on the tree. I can't land on the tree? I can't land on the funny tree. What the heck's going on over here? Oh, these are enemies.
Happy to
Looking for
oblige.
trouble?
Hi there. Oh, oh, little baby boars. Oh, they were cute.
Submit.
Stop hiding behind the stairs. Rich red brocade. Ooh.
This one.
Okay. Are those new artifacts? Who's still alive? Where are you? Okay, I guess they're gone. Hello? You're strange.
Rise. Come into being.
I'll take these. Oh, hello! That spawned a new enemy?
We can't have treasure unaccounted for.
Okay. What was that? We barely saw it. A monster with basic intelligence that evolved from spores. When first hit by electro or pyro attacks, it will enter either an activated or scorched state based on the elemental attack type used. Defeat this transformed fungus to obtain different types of rewards. Alright. Hello, Def! Doo-doo. I am doing good. We just started getting into Sumeru and there's so many exciting and fun things. And we just found fungus, I guess. I don't know. Fungus is sus? Yes. It is sus. A little bit. Did you know there's new dendro reactions? I don't know if you guys all watched the live letter thing. There's new dendro reactions. Fungus is among us. Oh, you're fine, Def. It's okay, you make it to the streams that you can. Always happy to see you. Come here, you. I want to see what you drop. They drop mushrooms! That's neat. What are those? Oh, are those the fungi? Who are working at the lab? Ooh. Oh, they're so cute! Oh, look how little they are! Aw, they're cute. I want to kill them.
Give up.
What do you drop? Fungal spores. Okay. Look at them! They're precious! I want one. I love them. Okay. Back to quest. Oh, actually, we're supposed to go over here. Where? Down? Down below us? It wants us to go? I want to go up there, though. I want that. How do I get up there? How do... I have a plan. I have a plan. Hello, rat! To Drew. Things are getting busy over there? Okay. Well, you take care. Don't work too hard. Thanks for coming by and saying hello. Always happy to see you. What is that? Oh, hi. Oh, bye. Bye, strange bird. Thank you, rat. We will have a great... We're already having a great time. We will definitely have a great time. Oh. Little cuties, they're gone already. Did you... Yeah, I saw them. Yeah, I saw them. Little round plant-like things, right? Gone just like that. We should ask around when we get a chance. We definitely will, but first... I want to see the statue. No, I want to see the statue. Aww. Oh, camera, I was trying to look at that. Not quite what I was going for, but this is fine. We'll just fly to the other side. Don't fall. Oh. That's very pretty and delicate. Interesting. Okay. It wants me to go down there. So pretty. Okay, we gotta go this way. Follow the path this time. Sealy pedestal? I wonder if there's a new green Sealy. Where are you trying to lead me? Do you even know where you're trying to lead me? We go up. Oh. Those are different mushrooms. Raiden Shogun Mez. Appropriate. This is appropriate. We need a Genshin outfit. Where is Raiden? There we go. Alright. We ride in Shogun now. Explore as the Shogun? Yes. Unfortunately, I don't have the character Raiden Shogun to explore on, but we'll explore on Ningguang. Our favorite character. Our queen. Continue through the forest. But... Did we go backwards? Did we go backwards? We went backwards. We apparently came here from a direction that it didn't expect us to. Oops.
Now that we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
That is not the way that we've been pronouncing Sumeru. Sumeru, apparently.
And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your brother.
No, probably not.
So, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful information. Maybe. But, Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the Seven on it. That'll give us a way better view of things.
Way ahead of you.
Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements nearby.
Yeah, I already Paimon, I already did that. Did you? Of course, you completely forgot the
Wait a
conversation.
second. Look! There's someone up ahead!
Hello, friend? Hello?
Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers.
But I like wandering around like lost adventurer.
We're not from around here.
Okay,
We seem
well,
to have gotten
bye.
a little lost. We'd like to ask for some directions. Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Dendro crystal fly. Did you see it? I saw it. Okay,
What's
bye.
going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Wait! Could she be ignoring us? How dare she?
Maybe there's a reason?
Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our distance and follow her.
Why keep
When
our
we get a
distance?
chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions.
You haven't done the story yet?
Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
I already went up there. Where did the crystal fly go? There was a dendro crystal fly. Where did it go? Oh, there's a little camp over there. But where'd the dendro crystal fly go? It was right over here. Well, it's gone now. We're probably gonna follow her up through the camp.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Let's go take a closer look.
All you've done is explore an open chest. I'm excited to explore an open
This
chest.
cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she? What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again?
Sure.
All right then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Even if she's not very friendly, we just need her to point us in the right direction. That's all. Oh. What a lovely smell.
I'm not sure we should be smelling that.
It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all.
Yeah, called it. I don't think it's a good idea to smell it.
What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
Well, Paimon, you're weird, so... Uh-oh.
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on.
Why does Paimon always thinks we're napping? We just suddenly collapse. And her first assumption is, oh, we must be napping. Every time. Oh, hello? This is definitely not where we passed out. I don't want to go that way. Oh, I can't jump or anything. I can't do anything. Alright, well. This tree is fuzzy. I bet it's soft. I like mossy trees. Very pretty. Oh no. Well then. I guess we can't go back. Okay.
Are you sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been out for a long time now.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Hi?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake!
Where am I? Good question.
Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we?
Oh,
Jaime was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
I like her
This
boots.
is Gandharville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations.
Hello, Kyo. To Drew. Where are any of us, to be honest? Good question.
My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here.
Oh, how nice of them. How are you, Kyo? I hope you're doing good. You're just in time. We just started our Sumeru story. Apparently that's how we're supposed to be saying it. We've all been saying it wrong. We just started. Ah, we've seen so many cute things.
Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort?
Getting ready for work. Nice. I hope work is good for you. Just wanted to stop in before you had to go. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I like it when people come say hi. And there goes Sam. Have a good day at Sam, or have a good day at work, Sam. Your work is now called Sam. Have a good day at work. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow, probably. For more tales. The taste in my mouth is bitter. What did you put in my mouth? What did you put in my mouth? I have questions.
That's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting.
Okay.
He gave you some while you were unconscious.
Okay.
Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
Why? I'm just taking strange medicine now?
Whoops!
Uh-oh. Is she clumsy like me?
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right. I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
I like your ears.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Is Tainari albedo but aggressive? Because I like him so far. Also, I really like their outfits. I like everyone's clothes here and I want some.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly.
Yeah, albedo but aggressive. Yes, that's honestly, so far, that is the impression that I have gotten from the 3 times that Tainari has spoken so far, is albedo but aggressive. Because, normally albedo's very, understanding and tries to explain things in a nice way that, is easy to understand and make sure that everyone's taken care of. And, Albedo's a nice guy. He's real smart and he's real nice and he cares about people. And Tainari's like that, but aggressive. It's albedo, but it'll smack you upside the head for being dumb. Tainari, I like your tail.
So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Maybe.
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, Let me explain it for you as well.
Oh no.
It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination.
So I was right.
In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense?
Yes. Please scold me more. I'm enjoying this. More! Educate me! I like information.
Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious?
I climbed a furry tree. It was pink.
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh?
Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
He's so assertive. Okay, I guess I'm staying here.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Are you experimenting on me like Albedo? You know what? At least Albedo told me that he was experimenting on me and had no idea what was going to happen. Are you... He is Albedo! He's Albedo, but aggressive! And assertive. Assertive, bordering on aggressive.
Further observation?
You know what? Albedo had me first, okay? I am already subjected to experiments that we don't know what will happen. Hello, Genoxus. Tutoru.
No
How
need
are
to be
you?
hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you.
We just met Albedo, but aggressive. He's like Albedo, but if Albedo would smack you upside the head and tell you that you're dumb. I like him.
Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape.
Hot, yes. Spelled H-A-W-T. I like Tainari. It'd be better he got a nasty cough, cold, something, something. Oh no! That's not good. I hope you're taking care of yourself. You know, drinking warm fluids and eating easy foods and resting and stuff. I'm alright. I actually, a few days ago, last week. Oh, that wasn't a few days ago anymore. Anyways, last week, I had some kind of weird, like, nasty cough, cold, was triggering my migraines real bad, too. So, it's the same thing. I hope you get through it okay.
If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, you're gonna have... I'm smelling things? Okay.
Oh, are you okay?
What is it?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else.
He really is experimenting on us without our consent. At least Albedo told us he didn't know what would happen. This guy. I like him, though.
The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay?
Does that mean you're gonna go everywhere with me? Because I am thoroughly enjoying having you around. We should hang out some more. I like you.
Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Okay. All right, Tainari. I will rest.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right.
No, says you,
Paimon
Paimon.
knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon?
Nope.
Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know.
Yeah, I know, but see, Tainari already decided for us that, we're just gonna stay here for a couple days and sleep in his bed. So, I'm sure it'll be fine.
What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now?
I don't think what I saw was hallucinations.
You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
They were the same person from when we were in Golden Apple Archipelago, probably, talking to me again. It's Kusanali, right? Or was it the person before Kusanali? When I saw the vision, it felt as if I was standing deep underground, but the red sky, could it have been Kanria? Ooh, maybe? Conria? I think that's how we named it. No COVID, good. You were at a festival last week and was great, but really dusty. Oh no. Barely slept 3 hours on the first night back home, and now you got the cough and some dizziness. Thought you could sleep it off, but you had it. Well, hopefully it's just allergies and you got exposed to a whole lot of dust and it's not the dreaded vid. Hopefully.
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right?
Yeah, but he's so he's so present. It's kind of hard, Probably wasn't telling us the truth. Yeah, also, yeah.
Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us?
Did testing, if the tests work right, should not have the vid. It's actually very possible to do the test and not have it show up at first. So, also, the sicker you are, the more likely the test is to actually detect the vid, apparently. We had it before. I learned a lot. TLDR, your doctor might want to test you again. I'm not saying they should. I'm saying they might actually, once you tell them what's going on, they might actually want to. But hopefully it's just allergies and, dust and stuff. Because it sounds like you were in a place that would really badly trigger your allergies. And it is allergy season. So, it's probably okay. If you're breathing fine, and, you can still smell things and taste things, you'll probably be okay. I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. Hopefully you're okay. It's probably just a head cold. Drink warm fluids. Do resting things. Eat easy foods. You're already going to the doctor. They'll know what to do.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations.
Yes, like Tainari said.
But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do?
I mean, we could ask Tainari. We could. We're just deciding not to. Apparently, we're going to talk to Kale instead. Even though we should probably just talk to Tainari. This is fine.
Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru.
Tainari's friendly too. You just don't like him. I like him. I like him just fine.
Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale.
What if I find Tainari first? What if I find Tainari first? Wait. I see it. I want it. Yes. Okay. Alright. Now we can go that way. Vanara? What does that mean? Pick rook. Oh, this is the guy that gets sick. Only in my 20s. Sounds tough. Picking mushrooms requires endless bending down. Gets real horrible after a while. Yeah. Luckily, the Academia requires a huge supply of Rukashava mushrooms, so I gained a steady job from this. My current goal is to save Mora, buy a house in the city, and live there. That's pretty neat. Rukashava mushrooms are great stuff. You know by the name that they must be something amazing left by Crater Lord Rukadevada? Rukadevada? I think they can serve as cooking ingredients, herbs, well, and maybe fertilizer. You sound like you have no idea what they're good for. Well, I'm not sure. Since the Akasha didn't tell me all its uses, I guess I didn't need to know. As long as the Academia needs it, I can always make money from it. The only thing I do know is that it's a great ingredient for cooking. Here are some for you. Take a try. Are those the mushrooms you are eating that he said you should stop eating? Are you sure? Master Chef? Even an idiot can cook awesome food with this fresh meat. I like recipes. Do you have recipes? No. No recipes. Sad. What is all Vanara? What is that? Did we talk to this guy too? No, you know what? We'll talk to them later. We have questing to do.
All right, next let's see your right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
We may encounter what?
I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
I
Don't
like
talk
you.
like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
I have questions. And concerns. Is there something we can help with?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
I've done that before. I'm very good at it.
We're ready to head out.
Like your boots.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
Okay, bye. I like your tail.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
No, he said we could do
Well,
it.
a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven.
Alright.
Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Alright. We will look out for unusual things. I see a viewpoint and I want it. Give. Give. Give.
Nothing wrong with these
Haha, yes. We accidentally interrupted the thing. This is a lamp?
This lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it.
I wonder what it looks like at night.
No problems with this lamp. Good.
Oh, there's a shiny thing over there. Wait. I see it. Where is it? I see it on the map. Where? 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 Is it up? What is that? What are you? Oh, you're pretty. It's a coeral. Can I catch it? No. Oh, it's angry. Well, more things we can get meat from. Where is... Is it in the trees? Is it below us? Is there a cave? Yes. I have a plan. I can't go through. Invisible walls! That's interesting. So anyway, they want me to check the lamps.
The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before.
Yeah, I already
It's
collected
pretty
it.
high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue.
Excuse you. I'm a terrific climber.
Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
I'll be fine.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas.
No.
By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukudevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Greater Lord Rukudevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukudevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago.
Huh. Sounds exactly what happened to Raiden Makoto. Actually, though.
According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru.
Thank
To
you for head
celebrate
pats,
the
Steph.
reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarastana.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Thank you for the hydration, Noxus. Hydration is important.
Wait, Amber? You mean...
The avid glider from Mondstadt. Outrider of the Knights of Favonius.
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person.
Cute.
There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her.
You really like
If you
Amber a
ask
lot.
me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and...
And?
Sorry.
That's fine. I like when people are passionate about something.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure. You really like Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
Nah, you're fine.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Good question.
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters.
Oh, so you recognize me.
In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
Nah, it's okay.
So that's how you knew.
I love story time.
Yep. So please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon?
TLDR, I'm pretty sure your celestial goddess stole my brother. Yep, TLDRing.
So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
You're welcome.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right?
Sure.
Alright, we have a statue to clean.
Cleanup time.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
Okay. Okay, so we go up. There isn't another one? We're going backwards, aren't we? I feel like we're going backwards. How close do I have to get? A lot closer, apparently. This did not work. I had a plan and it did not work. Okay. It's fine. Okay, so I have to have it in my camera.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small.
Yes.
Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Probably Lesser Lord Kusanali.
The name does seem to fit the statue somehow. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below.
Or we could just get Mona and use her burst. Cover it in water.
Nice work. That's one clean statue.
Alright,
Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
back we go. We did the clean the statue thing. It's shiny now.
We're back.
Sparkly as a rock can be. We did good.
Welcome back. You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Kale's cooking.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring?
Paimon, some restraint, please.
Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
Can I have the recipe? Can I recipe?
Whoops!
Oh, you dropped them, didn't you?
No, you dropped it on the ground!
Oof.
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
So you planned ahead. You're used to this.
Whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there.
Over a pita? Paimon really likes food.
Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
Really?
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime.
Yes!
I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments, too.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you?
Nah.
He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
Tainari just likes his
you've
stuff
got
left
the
alone.
wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted.
Oh, I know. I like
heard
him.
The veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears.
Aw. Speaking of his ears, I'd really like to pet them. Yes.
I know, right? We've always wanted to pet them too.
Yes.
Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees.
That's nice
In
of him.
fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Aw.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here.
Aw. He's such a sweetie.
Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
What did you do? I would scold you all the time too. What'd you do? What did he scold you about? Tell me.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little.
No, I'm sure he was fine.
But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling. Why, oh why? Is she going to die?
Nice.
It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, don't laugh. Paimon was genuinely concerned about you.
Yeah, but Paimon, you overreact a little bit sometimes. Also, you think I'm napping when I collapse.
Molly started to laugh. Ugh, that's it. Paimon won't forget this. It's time for some Paimonial wrath.
Are you gonna give her a nickname?
No! Don't touch me!
What? Paimon, what did you do?
Oh,
What did you do,
sorry,
Paimon?
Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Usually you just give people silly nicknames. What did you do? Why would you touch someone without asking? What is wrong with you, Paimon? No, Kole, you're fine.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
Paimon, apologize.
No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that.
No, I totally get it.
Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
I'm angry at you, Paimon.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back.
No, she's not.
Paimon can't even see her now.
Paimon, you shouldn't touch people, not even in a teasing way. Not without, like, knowing them better first. And, you know, considering getting permission. We just met her. You can't just touch people. Be respectful.
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yes.
We're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes. I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Paimon needs to apologize.
Okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Well, you'll have all night, Paimon, to think of your apology. It wasn't very nice of you. Like, I get that you were probably just trying to, you know, be friendly and all, but, like, no. No, you don't know her.
The rainforest is the best.
Oh, we gotta go back.
I was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be.
Are you dense?
Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Paimon's dense, isn't she?
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Is it because Paimon is bad?
Kanari, what are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
You think?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself.
Well, that's not good.
I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Tainari's such a good guy. He's so nice. He's like, you know, strict, assertive on the exterior, but like actually, he's a good guy. He's real nice. He's sweet.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to.
Oh,
And
okay.
honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
Well, she treated us that way first, though.
What exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body.
That's
At
not good.
first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
Oh no.
That sounds terrifying.
So how far along is she?
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself.
I was just going to say that. Paimon, you're a jerk for assuming otherwise.
With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
No!
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them.
Yes, very.
That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor.
Oh, that's not good. That's very not good. We haven't really been properly introduced to him in the game yet, but we've had, like, hints of him sprinkled here and there, and he is not good.
I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
Kale has nothing to apologize for. Paimon was inconsiderate.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
No, definitely not.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
So how's she now? That question I asked earlier about how far along she is.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now.
Aw.
All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
I could go with. I could help. I'm real good at gathering things.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
Okay.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
Mari, where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
But I like listening to him talk. Also, now that they're done talking, break time. We're gonna do break thing real quick. Go get drinks, get snacks, grab comfy blankets if you want them, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes. All right. Right. We're back. We're ready to continue. Let's go. Let's keep going. More story. There's so many enemies here. Lots of purple grass. Okay, so we are looking for lotuses. Must be those blue things.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient.
I will gather
We'll
more than 4.
rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Okay. Oh, look at that coin. Ha! Nice. Alright, let's see. So, Tainari wants us to gather these. Oh, they're pretty. I wonder what else they're for. We're gonna get all of them.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses.
We're not done yet,
Time
Paimon.
to meet Tainari.
We're getting all of them. We killed an enemy by despawning it. Good job, us.
Hey, Tainari! We found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
I told you I'm good at
Tainari.
gathering stuff. I told you. I'm a real good gatherer.
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early?
Should we be
Let's go
sus?
find out what's going on.
I mean, I imagine if they're looking for you, there's something probably wrong. Amir, I actually really like that name. I like that there's an NPC named Amir. I like that name.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
Uh-oh.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
That's probably smart.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
Yeah, I could help. I could do helping
You
things.
two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
I
Yes,
kind of
Amir
have a
is
vision.
absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the Withering's corrosive effects for a time.
Okay, well, I don't have a vision, but I do have the things that come with a vision. So I'll probably be okay, and I'm real good at fighting.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here.
Or me.
Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it.
I can also control the elements.
But you don't seem to carry a vision.
I don't need one.
She may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
Maybe we should start being like the Archons and just get ourselves a fancy fake vision to wear on our hips or something so that, you know, we stop having this situation. every time we go somewhere.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me.
Yes. Score.
We typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Neat. Excitement. Wait, we have learnings? What did I miss? Bouncy mushrooms? This species of bouncy mushroom is a type of Trilokshana creature. Or Trilokshana? Under normal circumstances, you can jump on it to be bounced up to higher heights. Its elasticity will be further increased after you have activated it using Electro. Okay, alright, cool. So we should probably have an Electro person in our party then, is what you're telling me.
All right.
Alright. We have an Electro person in our party now. I don't know where the mushroom is that activated that for us. I'm not really watching for exploration right now. Just kind of doing the story, and we'll get what we get on the way. So I want to make sure we get some good story progress today.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the Withering. All right, Traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the Withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You
Okay.
ready then? Let's go.
So more environmental stuff to make our progress harder.
First, we must locate
Right.
any branches sustaining the Withering zone.
And it looks like we're gonna need an archer. We're probably gonna have to take Albedo out of the party. I didn't want to, but it looks like we need an archer. Okay, so what do you want me to shoot? This thing? That's not what I was trying to attack. So what's this thing? Withering is not a fixed location. Instead, it refers to areas that have been corroded by some sort of mysterious and ominous power. In these areas, characters will accumulate decay. The speed of this accumulation will differ depending on the Withering zone you're in. Depending on how much decay you have accumulated, all your party members will have their elemental resistance, physical resistance, and max HP decreased. These stats will decrease more in accordance with the amount of decay accrued. If you remain within Withering zones after you fully accumulate decay, all your party members will fall. So, insta-death. You must use the power of the Dendrograna to clear the Withering away. Only via this method can you destroy the Withering branches that spread this corrosive power. Only when all the Withering branches within a Withering zone are destroyed can the tumor of the Withering at the beating heart of the area be destroyed. Most Withering zones can be destroyed in this way, but within the Withering zones, candles of life and flames of life may appear and help to decrease the accumulation of decay. Prepare for the worst before entering the Withering zones. Okay. Alright, we're learning. So we need to use these. And shoot those, I think.
Don't waste my time.
There. Alright. So now, we do this, right? Yeah, okay. Wait, I need more. I ran out.
Give up. Yeah.
Do you charged attack? There we go. Okay. Causes random explosions too. Oh, I just noticed there was another one right there. Okay, so the other one is... There it is. Jump.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll
Ow.
need to take care of the tumor.
Whoops.
Don't waste my time.
Stabilize!
Your life is mine.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
I'm guessing I need a dendro thing for this too. No? Oh. Okay, whoops. I thought we would have to attack it.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
Yeah, good job, us.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? Well, why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions.
So the withering seems to make things worse.
No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
Is that the tree that I saw?
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface.
Yeah, so that's definitely the thing that we saw.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irmin's soul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it.
So, Irminsul is sick?
That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Interesting. We're learning things. I wonder if we can get to this teleporter up here. Alright, that's probably not very high up. We can climb up. Oh, hey, look, it's one of the things. Whee! Ha! Cool. Hey, we should use Electro on it. When Trilokshana creatures are activated using Electro, they will unleash a True Sense Pulse that may be able to display the location of certain hidden things. Interesting. I love that rave emote so much. Posture check and hydrate. Okay. Oh, here's the new elemental reactions. When creatures are affected by Hydro and Dendro, the Bloom reaction will be triggered, creating Dendro cores. Only a certain number of Dendro cores can exist at the same time. If new ones are created once this limit is reached, or if the duration of the existing Dendro cores ends, the pre-existing Dendro cores will explode, dealing AoE Dendro damage. When Dendro cores come into contact with Pyro, they will trigger Burgeon, causing even greater AoE Dendro damage. When Dendro cores come into contact with Electro, they will trigger Hyper Bloom and transform into homing, sprawling shots. Dangers within the Withering Zone. There are other perils within the Withering Zones apart from decay. Monsters that have been corroded by this environment and fetid bows that grow in the area will attack characters within, causing decay to accumulate. In addition, the tumor of the Withering will exhort Disciples of Decay to come forth and attack. These are monsters who have utterly fallen under the influence of the Withering and have the protection of the Withering against damage. Use Dendro or Dendrograna to effectively destroy the shields guarding these monsters. Alright, so Dendrograna are going to be real important to us. Also, did it already reveal a hidden thing? I don't really see anything. Can we activate it again? I don't see anything. I'm not sure I really understand how it's supposed to work. We'll figure it out one of these times, I'm sure. For now, we climb. We get this teleporter. Stamina. Alright, up. We keep climbing. We got a world quest. Well, hold on, let's grab this teleporter first. And then we can... Well, I mean, we don't have to do it. We'll do it. It might have something linked to it. We can grab it. Eremites, that's what these other people are.
I see through you. Where do you think you're? Let's move. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Looks like I went too far.
Submit!
This one's well done.
Give up.
They're shooting over us. Cool. Alright. We keep going. There was a teleporter this way too, wasn't there? Oh, that's a little bit further than I expected, I think. Maybe not. We'll just keep going this way. Also, let's switch this. There we go. This gadget lets us glide faster. It's neat. See? It gives us these, like, pretty leaves and feathers and stuff. I like it.
Yesterday, a total of
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
That was
The
fine.
withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that?
Oh, I saw one of those at the statue, too.
Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? That's bad?
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, okay.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation.
You know, something I've been wondering is if those green parts in his hair are actually his hair, or if they're like little blades of grass and leaves that he put in his hair. I've been wondering. I think they're part of his hair, but like, he does have a lot of, you know, natural elements all over him.
She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that.
That's not
Needless
good.
to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Sure.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
I was actually gonna ask that. I am a little bit concerned.
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Because mysterious
Back when
medicine?
we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious?
Yes.
That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru.
Uh-huh.
Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you.
Okay. So, we did see Irminsul?
When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment.
Hello, Birdo. Birdo? Bird friend? Oh. Okay, well. What noise was that?
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have.
Okay.
No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
We probably should have stayed in the up direction, huh? Is that the water? That's not the waterfall we found her at before. We probably need to go to the other side.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
There it is. Easy. I found food. She's not here. I brought food, though.
Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here.
Maybe we should have followed her bird.
Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Sounds like inside the cave. It sounds bubbly. Is she like in the leaves, sleeping or something? That doesn't look very good. Hello, small friend? Are we gonna trip over them? Hello? Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry. Need water.
Has more energy than I expected. Nah. I got water.
There's no
I
way
got
can
food.
Get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try finding some water first.
Yes.
Huh? Wait. Why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden? Anyway, let's go look around.
What did small friend do to us? Also, what's this? Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely not normal. We're making clouds.
Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we?
There must be a logical explanation for all this. It was a small friend. Relax, we'll be fine.
Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
Go through the tree hollow. Okay. What if I don't want to go forward? What if I want to... Oh, I can't go that way. Invisible walls. Not allowed. Making some green dust. Excuse me. Alright. There's a thing out here. Where? Up there. And over there. Okay.
Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Oh no. Bouncy mushrooms of the sort in Sumeru's domains. They're not the same as the normal ones. Okay. But they're still bouncy. Yeah. Alright. And we need to... Nope. Do the... Oh my gosh. Do the thing. There we go. Where does this go? What is this? Primeval rosin? You sometimes find primeval rosin in the sealed paths that correspond to them within domains in Sumeru. Collect 3 primeval rosins within these domains to unlock the corresponding path. Okay. That's interesting. So there's the path. You have to find 3 rosins. We have 1. What's through here? This is where we came in, I think? No, this is not where we came in. Unless we just completely missed this.
Quake!
Shake it and stir it.
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Potato!
It's nothing. Fire.
What's that? Apparently we're supposed to take it. I don't want to take it yet. I'll keep looking. Did we just go in a circle? So this is definitely the way we came from. Which means the other way was not the way we came from. And we don't know where that goes. Oh, there's another thing up there. Dang. Camera up, please. Oh my gosh. I already don't like these. Oh, okay.
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
It's okay, Paimon. Calm down. Everything will be fine. Oh. Okay. There. Alright. So we have two now. So now we're gonna want to take that portal that we unlocked before, probably. And that will get us the last rosin. Oh, I can't move my camera anymore. Pretty. Last rosin. What is that? I probably shouldn't touch that. Hydrate. Okay. It'll do hydrate thing. I think we shouldn't touch those. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Okay. Have good sleep. I hope you feel a little better when you wake up. Did good stretch too. Thank you, Janoxus. I am having fun. I'm enjoying myself. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us for a little bit. How do they intend for me to get up here? Oh. There we go. Okay, so now... Oh, we're above the door. That's handy. No. Buttons. Fun. Neat. Learning new mechanisms. This new zoning thing is kind of strange.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute.
It's fine, Paimon, really.
What's the matter? You don't look so good.
Door. Thank you, camera. I'm trying to explore right now. All right. Oh, it wants me to do the thing where I piece these together. These should connect together, right?
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Should I use my camera? No, I can't use my camera. Yeah, I can't use the camera. I hate this. Hate it. Thanks, MiHoYo, for re-employing your broken system that does not work. Hi, noob. This is awful, actually.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
I actually. Hi, Tiny Kit B. Hello, Kit B. That is an adorable snom. We're just, struggling with this puzzle that doesn't function properly. You know. How's you? Hope you're having a good day. I cannot get this to fit together. I hate this. Asami's still here.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Kippy almost done with work? Nice. Almost done with work is always a good thing. Get comfy. I think we're gonna be here for a bit. Can I please just have a way to not deal with this, because it does not work. Really? Whatever. I'll take it. I don't care. Hopefully they don't regularly employ this, because it is clearly broken. I was nowhere near standing in the right area. And I wasn't even moving the camera, it just moved on its own because I had it up against a wall. I have complaints. Whatever. I'm just glad it worked. All I had to do was do it wrong. We're good at that here, though. That is exactly what we're good at here, is doing it wrong. There we go. Okay. What is that? I saw that for a second.
Well. Looks like we meet again.
You're not my frenemy. Where's my frenemy?
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
I bet they're lost.
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you.
You're lost, aren't you?
Solidify. This is order.
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Try harder.
Gather.
Emerge, right here. Can't handle your drink. Huh.
Oh, right, I don't have to wait for 2 charges anymore.
Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it.
He has a shield.
Others like him before. What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are.
I'm not weak and powerless, though. Also, have to find my brother. You know, he's waiting for me.
Your brother? Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial?
No, I know he's with you, but I do still have to track him down. He's not with me. So I am still looking for him. I know he's with you, though.
His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon.
No, actually, he was very clear about that. He wants me to go journey some more so that I can find out why he's teamed up with you all, and he just, didn't feel the need to explain to me because he wants me to figure it out for myself so that I understand it, instead of just hearing it from him. That's the impression I got.
The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless.
No, I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
I refuse. No, you. We were imagining it all, weren't we? Feels like I was dreaming, but I can't remember what I saw. Yep.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here.
She's right in front of us.
Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's
So sweet. Mm.
Well,
What?
the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that?
I guess I zoned out. That's accurate.
Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first. Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
That fruit seems kind of big.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you?
No. I am very clearly not the same shade of green as Tainari is. Also, my hair is blonde, not black. And I don't have big ears.
You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
We're good helpers. What is that? I would like to know. I have questions.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you.
You weren't trying to cause trouble. It's
I'm
okay.
grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
I don't think I brought that.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
I think the small friend that
really?
gave us hallucinations might have something
I
to do with
seem
it.
to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor.
Neighbor?
Must have come by and saw me like this.
Neighbor.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Is it a little round creature kind of like a cabbage?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Yes, you're not crazy.
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No.
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here.
Aw.
You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
Korok?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon.
Korok?
I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul.
Interesting.
Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh, and then?
They got scared?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen.
Yep.
I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone.
Aw, they brought
feel
friends.
Like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me.
A great neighbor.
Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul.
Yes. Food first, though.
Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later.
Sounds good to me.
We're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
I love how Paimon decided that's our
Sounds
specialty.
good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tainari came to visit.
Not much of a cook? Maybe. Alright. We're gonna do pause thing real quick. I need a quick break. I will be right back. Grab yourselves snacks and drinks. I will see you here in a couple minutes. Alright. We are back.
We should look for
It
a
is
new
starting
nest.
to get
Mora
very
doesn't
warm
grow
in the
on
room.
trees.
So let's try to... Hold on, letting it... There we go. It was having the issue. Let's try to get this story finished up. So that we can end stream soon here, because... Heat bad. Fireside? What fireside? Oh, over here. And you're gonna make me light it. Of course you're going to make me light it. Of course you are.
Ready for trouble.
Yanfei. Thank you. Alright, we got it. Fire lit. We can get Albedo back.
Let's investigate.
Make box lunch? New recipe? Maybe? Possibly?
All done. Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us since we already washed it. Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
We making box lunches. We're good cooks. Urgh. Anubis agrees. Noob, you want to say hi? Say urgh. No, you're embarrassed now? Are you embarrassed now? You want to say hi? Oh, that's my cord. Hi. Hello. He's chilling. Noob says hello. Noob is cute.
Are you already finished cooking? Mmm, smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
Oof. That's alright. I'm good at cooking. So now we talk about Irminsul.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth.
That's interesting.
Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
So we won't pass out randomly anymore. That's always good.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
What do you mean, pounding headaches for the rest of my life? You want to tell me something? Am I gonna have pounding headaches for the rest of my life now?
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritawe Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies. which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage.
That's not good.
Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous. Aren't you afraid of the risks, Hypatia?
Also, what if having somebody particular with you helped keep your mind calm? What about then? Then wouldn't it be better to have that person with you?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself, and they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
Reminds me of the dream I saw from the Aranara. It was a big chaotic mess.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the God of Wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep.
I don't know.
I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough, I never dreamed again.
That's interesting. People go to the academia. I'm guessing get their little knowledge thing that we saw in the trailers, and then they never dream again after that. I bet that's what happens. It's that knowledge thing that they all share that connects them to the network.
But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
Yeah.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
See, what she says doesn't surprise me because the impression we've gotten of anybody we've heard about from Sumeru is that they're very, like, logic and very stuck on information, and knowledge is super important to them, and so it makes sense to me that they would be like, you can't be dreaming. That makes no sense, basically.
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life? I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me.
Sure. Good luck.
There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
I could teach you.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Back we go. Alright. And with Albedo back in our party. Hey, Albedo can meet assertive-aggressive Albedo. Kind, gentle Albedo meets smack you upside the head Albedo. What are those? I want to see. Let me see them. Huh. Oh, there's more over there. Not sure what they're for yet, but we have some. Oh, we can get to that from here. Neat. Useful. When they're working. Yeah. There we go.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand.
What?
I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
Huh?
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
Sounds like they've got beef.
Once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
That was not a very pleasant exchange. Yes, Noob. I hear you.
Tainari,
Noob noises.
what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here.
It sounds
That
like you
can
just
wait.
didn't want to
How
go.
did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
Yes, that's the plan.
Right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Okay.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that...
Saying goodbye to Cole. Yeah, probably a good idea.
That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale
Noises?
before we leave.
What?
Is she doing better now?
Noises?
Yes, she's
Hi.
doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Aw.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Go say goodbye to Cole. Down? I think? No, higher. Oh, I see her. Pet the doggo? There's a lot of doggos here. Look at all the dogs.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Yeah, we'll come see you soon.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets.
Yes!
I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I love
I hope
recipes.
that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
All right, Kale. You be good. And rest. Don't overdo things. Listen to Tainari. He cares about you. Peaches? Did it say peaches? Ooh. I like peaches. So let's see this. This might be where we pause for today. Let's go ahead and we'll park ourselves at our usual spot. Do we have a teleporter? We've got teleporters that aren't too far away. So we'll go back to our usual spot because we're going to play Tails tomorrow. So I'll probably want to be here to, you know, do my dailies and stuff. So we'll go back and park at our usual place.
Add
Gotta turn in that last expedition anyway. Oh! Oh, we have new stuff. Okay, there we go. So we can get pine cones and peaches and carrots and whatever that is. Alright. Well, we'll probably... I think this is what Amber was doing. Just leave that there. Money is important. I need it. Do our battle pass things. Here we go. And this will be where we pause for today. Let's go ahead and head back to the just chatting screen. We'll find a raid target. I think I already have one. And then we'll head out for the day. Let's go ahead, get our raid message in here. Grab that so you can copy and paste it. If you have our emotes, you can throw them on the end because they're adorable. And if you don't, that's okay too. You can throw whatever emotes you have that are adorable on the end because I like seeing all of the emotes. Let me just make sure. I have a target in mind, assuming that she is in fact live. Let's make sure. Yes. Perfect. Yes. I will be here watching this stream. I'm excited for more. We're gonna raid Lady Lunairi, who we've raided before. Lulu is good friend. Been friend for a long time. And she's been playing Majora's Mask, and I've been really enjoying watching, because I never got to play the game myself. So, grab that raid message. We're gonna go and raid Lulu, and it's gonna be a great time. And I will see you all tomorrow for more tales. And thanks for coming and chilling with me today. Bye-bye, everyone. Toot-roo.